So in today's video, we're going to be applying body filler to the top of my 68 Chevy C10 cab. And you can see I've already gotten started a little bit there. In terms of the top of the cab on these C10 trucks, it is two walls. So you have an outer skin and then there's an inner skin. So there's not really any ability to do any hammer and dolly work on this outer surface. So for the little dings and dents that have happened over the years, we're just gonna do a little bit of skim coat of body filler. I pulled out any of the bigger dents with the stud puller, but those were pretty minimal. Now we're getting into the really fine, maybe hail damage or something setting on the hood or punching against the top of the cab, I mean. So I wanna show you my process here for doing that. So first thing is just identifying where you need to apply filler. So it's currently in epoxy primer, and you can see this area here where I've already started some body work. But a lot of times, some of these dents are so subtle, it's very hard to pick them up with your hand. And it only comes through whenever you're into filler primer, and then, okay, now you gotta reapply body filler on top of that. So let me show you a little trick that I use, which is basically going to involve using a flashlight. So in this case, I'm using this Harbor Freight light. But what we're going to use is shadows to help us identify where to place the body work. And to do that, I'm just turning out the lights. I'll turn on my little flashlight here. And what you're gonna see is this light really helps accentuate any dents and dings. You kind of see that one in the top of the screen here, which is pretty subtle, but in terms of these shadows, comes out very clearly. You can see this other one here just in front of us. You get around to this side, you see that one there start to pop out. And I just circle them with a pencil just so I know whenever I turn the lights back on where I need to apply filler. You can see this other one jumps out really quickly here too with the light. You can see that other one a little further down, yep, in that spot. And again, this kind of shadow technique to me really makes it easy to pick up on where you have some surface irregularities. You can see that little ding in the corner very clearly now. And again, just circle those with a pencil just so you know that's the area that you need to come back to for your body filler work. And again, it makes it real easy to see, and you can see all those little dings and dents over the years that will resolve here just with a skim coat of body filler. So if I come back and turn the lights on, I'll show you where all those spots are on the top that I've circled with a pencil. And you can see there's quite a few areas that we need to address. And this isn't a big deal. I mean, this is a super thin layer of body filler that will come in and just bring that up to the factory surface. And we're not gonna skim coat the entire top of the cab here. We're just gonna hit it where it needs it, and then we'll use our filler primer to take out any of the other small irregularities. But yeah, this is where I start. And then let me show you what I use to apply the body filler, which is gonna be a lot different than maybe you're accustomed to. So this is my body filler setup. And if you're like me and you don't like messing around with the big bucket of body filler and how much hardener to put on and is it mixed right and the messiness that goes along with that, then this may be something up your alley. So this is the 3M dynamic mixing system. It's been around for several years, and it was developed in the collision repair industry. So maybe also to say this is not a budget setup. So there is a cost that goes along with this convenience. I think it's worth it. I wanted to at least introduce it if you haven't seen this. But these guns are expensive if you get them brand new. I got this Generation 1 gun off of eBay for a little over $100. And then what it uses is these cartridges of body filler. So on the right is your body filler, on the left is the hardener, and this gun is going to push on these two pistons, and that gives you the exact right mixing ratio between the two products. So nice, comes in a ready-to-go cartridge. We are going to add to that a mixing nozzle, and the mixing nozzle spins, that's the red element here, spins inside of the clear nozzle. So that gun will be turning this nozzle. And then basically we're just going to be able to basically push out body filler just like a tube of toothpaste. And we can do that directly on the panel. We don't have to put it on a mixing board because it's already mixed as it's coming out of this nozzle. So I like it from a convenience standpoint. I don't have to worry about mixing or ratios. And again, it's worth it to me, but I'll reiterate, this is not a budget-based setup. So let me set up the gun here with this cartridge, and we'll just remove the shipping cap here, and then this gets loaded into the gun. Again, that center hex drive here is going to be turning. That's going to turn the mixing nozzle up here at the top. We'll get this loaded in the gun. It only goes one way. And then I'm going to equalize the nozzles or equalize the cartridges just because that's make sure that we've got both products coming out of either side. And 3M has a lot of great videos and tutorials on this gun. So definitely go check them out if you want to look at more details here. Also, you'll notice this paddle will extend as I use the gun, and that just lets us know how much of the cartridge we've consumed. So let's get this equalized first. And there you see we've got body filler coming out of the one side. We've got our hardener there in blue on the left side. So we're ready for our mixing nozzle to go on. And that just clips in place on the end of the nozzle. And now we're ready to dispense this, and we'll go right over to the truck cab over here and start putting this on right away. All right, so one final look up here just to make sure I got a game plan in terms of several spots here that need to be hit with body filler. Just mapping out a game plan in terms of we'll start here and go right to left. This kicks pretty quick, so you do want to make sure you've got a good plan before you go hitting the trigger on that nozzle. So let's go ahead and grab the gun. I'll show you how that works. I've got my mixing paddle here, and we've got things equalized like I did before. Let's go ahead and get started, and yeah, we'll put this on. So all I'm going to do, hit the trigger, and you'll see it dispense out here just like toothpaste. And there we go, and you can see that's mixed well between the beige and the blue, so you get that light green color. Let's go ahead and get it on our panel. Just spread this out. All right, hit a few more spots. over here. See, I don't mess around too much with this. All right. Okay, I think that's good for this round. So all we have to do in terms of the cartridge, take it back over here. Is just let the body filler harden up in that nozzle. And then once we need to use this again, I'll just put on a fresh nozzle, hit the button. You can see I used, maybe about 20% of the cartridge in that run that you saw there. But otherwise, that's it. I mean, real clean and simple. Again, I'm not super messy. This, for me, is worth the expense and the cost of the added convenience of these cartridges. But yeah, check it out. Might be something you want to put in your bodywork game. But yeah, just wanted to show you a different product that you may not have seen, but something that's been out there for a long time in the collision world. And again, for me, I think it's a pretty good product and worth the extra cost. So let me clean this guy up before it hardens. You can see it's kicks pretty quickly. Yeah, that's looking real nice. All feathered out, ready for the next step. And body filler, just as easy as point and shoot. So stay tuned as we get some paint on this cab and get this truck back on the road.